Hi, this is Aine Divine here, coming to you from Cookenzie House. This is my studio, and I'm kind of excited because I'm thinking of starting 30 days of art with Aine. Now, I said I'm thinking about it, this is it. I'm actually doing day one. Yay, okay. So my idea is to spend about 10 minutes having fun painting myself, and I'll just show you what materials I've gathered together here to use. The first thing is a roll of kitchen paper, and I'm going to use that with some watered down Indian ink. There it is, Indian ink, watered down. And I also have a sharpened stick, or end of a paintbrush, and some neat Indian ink that I might draw with. I have some collage papers that might read as skin, possibly. A bit of skin colour paint as well, you never know. And some other collagey bits and pieces. And I'm working here on shirt card, and I've set myself up so that I can see myself at arms. I'm working at arm's length from the easel. Strangely nervous, actually. Why am I nervous? I'm here on my own, and you're, great to be watching. Okay. But I am kind of keen to pass this on because I think it's really good for us to have a consistent practice. And simply painting or drawing or doing something for 5 or 10 minutes every day is bloody good medicine for us, good for the soul. And I've, since the start of the year, I've been doing a painting or a drawing a day myself. And I find it really sets me up for greatness. Every day, I do it in the morning, and it just makes me feel good. So I want to pass some of that on. So let's get started here, because I do actually have just 10 minutes on my phone. Okay, and I want to say thanks to Rose, because it was really her idea, this 30 days. We've both been doing 30 days with Adrian, yoga with Adrian, and we kind of thought, fuck, it'd be a good idea to do 30 days of art with Aine. So this is it. Right, so I'm going to start now with my paper towel, and this is the watered down Indian ink in this little carton here. The yoga carton is grand and shallow for that. So I've dipped in the tissue into the kitchen paper, into the watered down Indian ink, and I'm going to make a start. Now, there was already some marks because I've been trying to set myself up with the camera so that you can see me in the mirror and everything. But here goes. There's some marks. I'm going to actually hold the yoga carton in my hand so that there's easy access. My friend Christine gave me a bouncy blow dry today, so this is why I'm doing all these fabulous moves. Okay, and I do want to I think I want to put in some skin color there. I was planning on just using some PVA craft glue. I use it with my fingers, which is dreadful, but anyway. I was going to do that will I stick down some paper? Fuck it now. Let's see. I'm not really sure about that. Sure. Do you know what? I'm just going to try a bit. Yeah, I'll put a bit down. So using the PVA glue on my fingers, really wouldn't recommend that, especially when I've got my good t-shirt on too. I wasn't planning on doing this tonight, but often those kind of times are the times when you really, if it comes to you to do it when you weren't planning it, it's probably an inspired thing. I can see in the mirror as well. Hi. Okay, so there's my some bit of a face kind of started, and I think I want to put some skin colour, no palette, and squirt it onto some paper here. And I just use whatever brush is handy here. Yeah, because given the 10 minutes, you want to kind of get there quickly. So this is acrylic skin colour. Let's just see what happens. You see, the light is coming from one side. I love that. When there's one definite source of light, it kind of makes your job easier than when you're, oh God, I'm reaching for water and it's ink I'm going to dip it into. But it's good to have some restriction as well, to not have everything easily, well, you want things to be easily accessible, but to not have planned everything out, as I say, is not a bad thing when we're working like this. Sometimes you just kind of have to go for it. I hope you can see me all right now, and that you can see what I'm up to here. Okay, so I'm aiming to get one side of the light side of the face explained. Okay, and I'm going to go back to the kitchen paper with the Indian ink and continue this business of establishing the darks. And the hair is a good dark shape to identify. And you kind of want to keep yourself excited, you know. I want to be interested. Oh, let's try one of these. These are brushes that my photographer friend Jem got me from Aldi. So, Jem, here goes. I'm using your brush. All right, let's see. Yeah, gosh, that's good fun. What about a splash? Oh, wow. I quite like that, actually. Now, I think what I might need to do next is to use some charcoal. I have a bit of charcoal here tied onto the end or stuck onto the end of a paintbrush. And I think standing back like this, is the charcoal going to work on this paper? Kinda. Do you know, I'm not bothered by the sporadic kind of thing, because I think actually sometimes it's quite nice to have a mark that's lost and found. Okay, so finding something of the shadows around here. That was all a bit wild there, wasn't it? But I quite like it. I'm going to bring you in a bit closer so you can see what happened there. There we are. So that's just a big splash of that cheap Aldi brush, and the watered down Indian ink, which is here. That's it there. And that's the cheap Aldi brush. Sorry, Jim, I'm assuming they were cheap. Okay, all right. Now, hopefully I've set you up so that you can still see. All right, now what am I going to do next, I wonder? You see, I need to kind of explain the shadows on the face now, and there are some restrictions because the paper is short card and it's really shiny. And the other restriction is that, and it being shiny means that I can't really work with charcoal over it. Now this is the sharpened stick dipped into the ink. I was going to say I can't really work with the charcoal over it. You know what I could do is dip the paintbrush side in. That's what I'm going to do, because I do want to kind of find some definition. This self-portrait is kind of half because I got an email this morning about the Ruth Borchard biennial self-portrait competition. There's a call for entries out at the moment, and it kind of made me think, do you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to do loads of self-portraits. So it's not like I'm setting myself up to only do one so-called kind of masterpiece, you know. That's always, I think that's always quite crippling to our poor creative artist inside, you know, the one who wants to just play and experiment, and the one that really makes the magic happen. Now, as soon as you find that you've got a pain in your shoulder or that you're beginning to become tentative in any way, I would suggest stopping and doing something general like this. Oh yeah, I forgot about the nice, the fancy, yeah, the fancy collage paper. I think that'd be quite a good move to put some of that paper on. So I'll use my fingers again there now for sticking that. What about a bit up there? I hope I'm not getting in the middle of the way every time I go close to the thing. Maybe a bit for the shoulder there. And I don't really want the hard edge, I don't think. But I quite like the way that it zooms off the page there. And what about a piece down here as well? Yeah. I always find that it's quite nice having a lead in, you know, something coming up to meet the face there. Now we still have the issue of some sort of definition around the features. And I want to give myself some water. Sorry, no. Just entertain yourselves there for a second. Really glad you can't see in there because it's a total mess. Right. So what am I doing now? Oh yeah, I was going to water down that because I think that's a bit severe there. It's quite nice, you can slide it off again. Okay, so with my eyes half closed, I'm going to find the general areas of dark. This brush is so small, it's making me want to work quickly so I get there faster. Or the other option would be to go for a slightly bigger mark with the towel, paper towel again. Yeah. So I'll do that. I have my eyes half closed, so I've got a kind of a frown, which I'm not really wanting to transfer so much, but it's allowing me with my eyes half closed to see the general areas of dark and light, and so to explain, through finding those areas of dark and light, we can explain the landscape of the face. You know, the thing that explains form really is the light falling or not falling on a part. If it's not falling on a part, we know that it recedes. If it is falling on a part, we know that it's standing out in relief. In general, I want to get